Hi guys, so in today's video we're gonna talk about the male gaze. So first of all, please forget who you are, no matter you are a media lecturer or tutor, something like that. So just imagine you are a director. Now, as a director, you're gonna choose a heroine for your new movie. From the perspective of Spirit, she is a smart and brave young girl. Maybe you have to admit that for most directors, they're gonna choose a blonde girl because she is more pretty, which is that most female characters looks like in a movie. Although being beautiful is not a necessary trait of this heroine, whether an actress' face is looking good or not have become the most important part of choosing a role. Why? Most of us have been influenced by the male gaze, no matter you are male or female. If we want to talk about the male gaze, we have to introduce a person called Laura Mulvey. She is a filmmaker and theorist. She first coined the term male gaze in her seminal 1973 paper Visual Pleasure and Narrative Cinema. She believes that men usually play the roles of advancing the plot and saving the world, and also the role of gazing at others, where women become the object of gaze. Most popular movies satisfies men to get a great extent. For a long time, the media industry was controlled by the men. In terms of movie, most of the film directors were men and screenwriters were men. Overall, the percentage of female directors, writers, executive producers on staff of Topping Gloss Film were 20% in 2018, up from 17% in 1998. The percentage of women directors only rose from 9% in 1998 to 13% in 2019. Of course, this is not enough, so the target audience were also male. In most movies, men are usually giving the leader roles in stories, and women are often serving the goals of those male protagonists. When we interpret the male gaze in depth, we must understand the definition of scopophilia and narcissism so that we know why the male gaze is objectification of women. Scopophilia refers to people who are pleased in watching others engaging in sexual activity. Just like Laura said, people love movie because we are observe others, not ourselves. I will give you a perfect example to experience what male gaze is.
Am I wearing?
Yes,
Oh, Givenchy. I just want to, do you do that to the guys?
Yes.
It's a thing that's it just happens. Like, what do you think is going to happen down there that is so fascinating? I'm going to...
Yeah, Mr. Glam Cam. And look, we put a little tiara on it. Can we get a shot of that silly little...
Now, carefully recall the movies you have seen before. Is this shooting technique often used on actors? There is another example.
Romantic.
Just pop the hood. You've got a high-rise double pump carburetor. That's pretty impressive, Sam.
Double pump?
It squirts the fuel in so you can go faster.
Oh. I like to go faster.
And it looks like your distributor cap's a little loose.
How'd you know that?
My dad, he was a real grease monkey. He taught me all about this. I could take it all apart, clean it, put it back together, worse than they do.
Megan Fox showed her waist curve when inspecting the car, and you can feel the camera moving down with the actress' perspective. This is the idea that director want to convey the audience women are used to appreciate. My film can satisfy the sexual fantasies of heterosexual men. Narcissism refers an excessive interest of admiration of themselves, seek idealized visions of self, and see idealized image of themselves on the screen. Just like narcissism in the myth, he is too much pursuit of his own appearance, so the narcissism by the river every day with his own reflection. The weak woman in the movie will give the man this shirt to protect her, and then let the man with the stress and the leadership to save the woman, which will allow the audience to assume the role of male protagonist. All in all, the essence of male gaze is objectifying the woman for pressure of men. If the male gaze in the movie is a simple and transactive suggestion, they must be shocked by the message conveyed in the advertisement. It's basically want to tell you, if you buy our product, then you will get this sexy girl, or if you buy this, you will become a sexy girl. So, if you buy this product, we also bought the girl home as a product. It is not enough to just understand the male gaze. What we need to do is subvert the male gaze. Some people may think that people have their own right to watch their favorite movies, but in fact, male gaze is an operation of women by patriarchal society. We have lived in this environment of male gaze since we were young, so it's that difficult for us to realize that it's a kind of operation. Remember the interview video we watched before? Actually, the objectification of women is not only on TV, the objectification of women is everywhere. Men require women to have beautiful faces and perfect bodies because they think the actors on TV and what women should look like. Nowadays, we can still see some movies that objectify women, but we're so lucky to see some change. For example, in 2019, One Woman Killed is a TV series about a waking female contractors has break male gaze and makes women have ability to think in deeply instead of a man's assistant. But there is not enough. For the word the male gaze, there is a need to change stereotypes of women and increase the status of women in film industry.